Hi there, welcome to this week's webinar about the pricing element, one of the 7 P's, which is pricing, and maybe the most impactful and the easiest to apply. This is really an interesting one, maybe the best webinar I can give in the shortest amount of time that it needs to understand. So today we'll talk about pricing. If you want to have the slide pack about pricing so you better understand how that works for you, then let me know. Just say slide pack in the comments below and then we'll send it to you. And for now, we're going to do another webinar. I'm trying to do it a little shorter than I did before. I would love to hear from you what is the ideal time frame you would like to have these webinars. We can do it 3 hours. We can talk about pricing for 3 hours. We can also do it in 10 minutes. And I tend to do it in 10 minutes today, 10, 15 minutes. But if you want to have it a little longer, then let me know. Then we can take that into account and do that for the next weeks. So pricing it is, for those who don't know me, my name is Anne Johan Willemsen. I help coaches grow. Apart from being an executive coach, I decided last year to also kind of reframe my purpose, not helping only leaders, but also helping coaches, in that sense also leaders, in this way to improve their business, because there's so many coaches in the world who are so qualified, so good, but they don't make a good solid income. I mean, the numbers here is appalling. It's really disappointing to see how much coaches make compared to other professionals, and I really believe that's possible to do that different, to do that better. So I wrote my story down in this book, From Poor Coach to Rich Coach, to describe where I went through. I wasn't that successful the first 7 years, but I found out a way to do it better and have a solid, comfortable coaching business now. Because being a coaching owner, an owner of a coaching business and a coach itself, these are two entirely different roles, but you have to develop them both in order to become successful. That's the reason why we do these webinars, to help you there. And today we'll talk about one of the 7 elements, one of the 7 P's that makes a very, very, very big impact on the financial success of your coaching business, which is called price. How do you price your coaching services? Great. Because the promise for today, the objective is, how can you grow your business by changing the way you price and have your clients be happy to pay for it? I mean, that's not the issue. It's just a different way of pricing. You can increase your prices in that way, but the perception will be much better, and I'll explain later what I mean by that. But how can you grow your business by changing your price strategy? Very, very interesting one for today. There are 2 reasons why I believe that coaches do not make a good income. The average income of an ICF member, an International Coaching Federation member, certified coach, they make about $30,000 to $50,000 a year, based on research of a couple of years ago, which is, of course, not enough. And you think you can do better. And there are 2 reasons why we keep ourselves poor as coaches. Well, I don't count myself in anymore, but I did for 7 years. The first reason is because we do not understand how to do more with less, how to coach at least efficient enough to make a good living. So how to do more with less. I'll explain later exactly what I mean. And the second is one, because we keep ourselves stuck on our hourly or time-based prices. These are the 2 reasons why coaches still are poor. If I have to mention the 2 most important ones, these are the 2 most important ones. First, to explain, we don't know how to do more with less, or in other words, we don't know how to scale our business, So do a little bit of effort with a lot of impact. We do a lot of effort with often not too much impact. So we can only coach a couple of clients in the way we do it. And we don't know how to achieve more with less. So coach more clients in less time. Yeah. The first reason why it is so difficult is because we're captured in what I call a time trap. Everything we do is bound, is limited by time. Yeah. We work one-on-one, so that's limited in time. Everything we do consumes our already very limited available time, right? So we have to find a way to get out of the trap. Well, we don't talk about this today. We will in another week, but it's good to mention. The other thing is we have a highly inefficient process. Most coaches have a very highly inefficient coaching process. That doesn't say anything about the quality of their coaching, but the way they deliver their service is very inefficient. Okay, I don't go too much detail here, but this is the first reason why coaches keep themselves poor is they don't know how to scale their business, how to coach more people in less time, right? That's the first. The second reason is price. We have a very interesting way of pricing. This is also an interesting view. So I think you can see me now well. So price is the reason why we keep ourselves poor, why coaches keep themselves poor. How do coaches price their services? Maybe it's good to see if we get any remarks here. I see somebody saying good day.
Ik heb op het web niets gevonden over zie je boeken
What kind of tools here starting to talk to me. Yeah, so what is the reason, what is the way we price our services? 95% of the coaches, I bet, they price their services this way. They price their services in a time-related way. Yeah. Because we have two different ways of pricing. The first way of pricing is time-based, related to time, and the other one is value-based pricing. I will explain you the first one because that's the one that most coaches work with, but that keeps themselves limited in revenues. Time-based means hourly tariffs. Yeah, you do 10 sessions of 1 hour, that's 10 hours times 150 euros or 200 euros or 300 euros, doesn't matter. That's a time-based way of pricing. Well, give me a little story, just a little dilemma. Just assume you are a patient. You have a medical condition where you want to have a solution for. So you go to a doctor. And the doctor says, okay, I've got two solutions for your medical problem that you have. Both are the same price. Which one will you choose? The first solution is, I will hospitalize you for 3 weeks. You get the best care possible, and we'll work on you for 3 weeks, but you have to give up your job for 3 weeks. You have to be hospitalized. So that's the first condition. Same price. The second condition says, I have here a little pill, and you swallow it now, and then your problem will be solved, just instantly. Which of the ones will you choose? Of course, the second one. Yeah. But we don't do that as coaches. We don't see that. Yeah. We think the more time we spend on clients, the better the value. But there are dozens of ways to give value to your clients, which does not cost you time. Clients have the same problem as you have. They have a very limited amount of available time. Time is the most scarcest resource there is at the moment, always been, but now it's getting worse and worse. So people want to have a quick solution rather than a very time-consuming solution. But we still do calculate our time. If I spend 1 hour on you, that equals 150 euros. While it's better to give this little quick win if you have one, which doesn't cost you a lot of time, which doesn't cost you a client a lot of time, and they have the same output, the same result. And you have to find ways to offer more efficient solutions that doesn't necessarily cost you a lot of time, but where you are available to calculate in a value-based way. Yeah. If you offer one-on-one coaching, you can turn to, for example, go to group coaching. People always say, well, but that's less efficient. That's not the case. Try it out for yourself. It can be highly efficient and can be highly effective, group coaching. You can offer all kind of technology that takes things out of your hands. We discussed about that a couple of weeks ago. Really encouraging clients to train and get better in where they want to grow. You know, everything we practice, we get better at. So support your clients to practice. That doesn't necessarily take you a lot of time. You just have the right tools to do that. You just need the right tools to have that. So try to find ways that add value, but that doesn't necessarily take you a lot of time. And then you can go to value-based pricing. Yeah. And value-based pricing can be in various ways. Yeah. Then you calculate your value. And you can do that in different ways. You can do a lump sum for example, a coaching program for a year, and then you have a lump sum of 10,000, 15,000, I don't know what your prices are. You can do a lump sum of half a year, a shorter period. What I do is I have a membership model, a monthly membership model. People pay a price per month depending on the package they choose, bronze, silver or gold, and they pay a fixed price per month. You know? And then they say, oh, what's your hourly tariff? I said, I don't have one. I don't know how to calculate all the elements that are in the package. You know, it's not time related. It's value based. You know, it depends on the value that I can give, and of course you can always have a little bit of a fraction of the value you supply you can charge for. Right? So I would highly encourage you to go away from hourly or time-based prices. If it is hourly based or day based or whatever based or number of sessions based, it's also still time related. Go to value-based pricing. It makes your life much easier. It makes your business much more healthier, and it's also much more transparent. You know, and then you start to talk in the conversation with your clients, not so much about time you or he or she has to spend on it, but more about what do we both get out of it in terms of value. So this is I believe, the most important reasons why coaches don't make a good job, because calculate for yourself, if you have an hourly tariff of 250 euros an hour, how many hours you already have to coach per year to make a solid income. Well, it's quite a bit. You know? And you have to do that week in, week out. That's the way. One other way of value-based pricing is what my colleague, for example, Marshall Goldsmith does is, and a lot of his colleagues, is performance-based pricing. Yeah, if you have a sound measurement system, yeah, if about the effectivity of coaching, if you have a sound measurement system, then you can attach a performance-based price to it. So you only send an invoice when certain goals are realized, and you can do that after a year, for example. So that's a good way as well. I've worked with that as well. Depends a little bit on the area of where you live. If people accept that, it's accountants-wise sometimes a little difficult, but it's also a very good way to calculate. You don't charge unless people really benefit from it, and it's clear and measured and guaranteed that they benefit from it. So that's another way, performance-based pricing. Anyway, go away from hourly tariffs, go away from anything of time-based pricing. That will be a solution, and you can implement that tomorrow. If you want to know how, I've got a slide pack for you. Happy to send it over so you can think about it and work that out for yourself. The other thing that I can do for you is work with you together. We have a mastermind going on, so we have a small group of people, and we work with each other maximum 2 hours a week to really implement the things you learn. So if you're interested, let me know, say mastermind, and I will send you the info. If you want to have the slide back, say slide back, and we'll send you the slide back. Thank you very much for watching this episode of the 7P webinars. If you have any questions, let me know. I hope to see you next week. For now, thank you. Bye-bye.